Hey guys, I have a really fun video today. I am at our land. I'm at Sweet Beulah Farm. It's not really much of a farm yet, but it is our land, and I've been out here a few times so far, but I haven't got to really videotape much. I've just been out here with our family and our dogs and just kind of looking at everything, and so I have a basic understanding of what it all looks like now. And so I just thought I might as well go ahead and take you guys kind of through and show you what the land looks like, and also what our plans are for the future. Things are going to change as we're here for more seasons and years, and we're not going to really put too much up besides our house. That's probably actually permanent, and then like a perimeter fence, but besides that, things will probably change. So, but just our ideas, I'm going to take you through that. So this is our entry. We actually have like 3 entry or drives, I guess. So there's one over here and there's one over there, and we have this big red cedar juniper tree. But you come in and you can kind of see this is the corner of the lot, and it goes all the way back. So if you haven't really heard the story, we bought this land a few months ago. We closed on it, and me and my husband were kind of trying to decide over the past year if we were going to be coming back to Missouri because this is where we're from, or if we were going to stay in North Carolina. And we had a lot of options in North Carolina. We thought at first we were going to stay where we're at now. We thought maybe we would move to the Pinehurst area. There's a church there that we were interested in, and after a while going back and forth, we thought, okay, we're going to go to Missouri. We decided we're going to be in Pinehurst 100%. So we thought, okay, we're going to be in the Pinehurst area. We're doing that for sure. We were looking for land, and it was still a little early, but we could not find anything. I actually wrote letters to a lot of people, and things were just not working out, and we were feeling a little just impatient, frustrated with finding land. The land was very expensive there, compared to Missouri, very expensive. And also the land was just kind of all like sand. I mean, they call it the sand hills, but so there was going to be a lot of work needing to be done for soil. One day, my husband, we were on the phone, and he just says, "Are you 100% sure that you want to live in North Carolina still?" And I was saying, "I think so. I thought we already decided this. Why are you asking?" And he just said, "Well, I'd be fine if, something came up in Missouri. I think I'd still be open to it." And I said, "Oh, okay. Honestly, me too." And so we talked about it, we prayed about it, and then an hour later, this land pops up on Zillow. And I look at it and I'm like, wow, that is awesome. It has a pond, it has a creek, it has a pasture, it has woods. There's 21 acres. And I'm like, this is nuts. This is crazy. And I look at the location. I knew it was where my mom lived in the area. But I clicked it and I was like, there's no way. Let me do this again. I think my maps are messed up. I looked back and I clicked the map again, and it literally is right down around the corner from my mom's house. Not, I want to say like 800 meters, not even. And it's so close. It literally takes me not even a minute probably to drive to my mom's house. And so I was like, this is awesome. And it just kind of fell into our laps, honestly, after we talked about it. It was a really good price. It's 21 acres. Like I said, pasture, timber. We do have to build a house. So we're working on that process right now. But it just really was a gift from the Lord, and we had been praying about land for years now, and where we were going to be, where we're going to set down roots. And because we're in the Marine Corps right now, and it just like all kind of makes sense. And so we're really, really happy. We're really blessed with this piece of land, and we're really excited to build and to cultivate and just to have something for our family to grow into and to pass down to generations. So this is the corner I showed you at the beginning. This area, it's pretty flat overall, and I think this is where I want to put the garden. We'll see. I think it would be really cool eventually to have a little farm store or something, like up in the corner right here. Since we have two drives, we could have, you know, a little drive coming out right here into a farm stand right here, or a little farm store, whatever. And then the garden all right here. I'm planning to do multiple types of gardening. I'm planning to do raised beds. I am planning to do hopefully a no-dig garden for like potatoes or pumpkins or things like that. Cut flower garden. It's gonna take time. I don't think this is all gonna happen, especially in the first year, because we don't even know when we're gonna move this spring. I don't know if we're gonna hit it and be here in time to start stuff, but I think this is where it's gonna go. I think it'd be a really good spot because we're hoping to build our house, if it's okayed by the county and all that, in the city, or I guess we're out of city limits, so the county. We have an easement that runs right through the property, and so it's kind of right where we want to build the house. So as long as we can get in front of the easement, I think we're going to be okay. This area right here, I think, is where we're going to build the house. The easement runs right through here all the way down to the property, but I think this is going to be kind of right around here in front of the easement, and then we can go out our drive right over there by my car. I'll kind of take another look at it. There's our other drive, so one right there, one right there. I think it'd be cool to have a little farm stand that goes that way to the garden, and then over here would be maybe our drive. You know, we have a drive that comes up to our house and our shop and all that right here. So we already have plans made up where I'm meeting with the builder soon for our house. We're gonna try to do fencing, and our house is like the first thing we want to do, and then everything else is gonna come after that. So there's actually another entry, or I wouldn't call it an entry, it's where the easement is. It's right there. So that is actually the easement. It's 15 feet or so of thickness all the way down into the woods, and it even goes through the woods, which is interesting. I'll take you guys down there in a second, but I think this is where the house, where I'm standing, I think this is where the house is, and so my orientation of the house is facing south. So this way, we'll be facing the garden right over there, and then my kitchen window, my sink, will have this view. How cool is that? Our pond is not filled up all the way. I would say it has quite a bit more to go, but this would be the kitchen window, hopefully, or around this area. So that's really exciting. I cannot imagine just doing dishes and just watching my kids play out here with, you know, the dogs and my husband and chickens running around and some dairy cows out there, and I just am so excited for it. The idea is very romantic. I know it's not that romantic overall when you get into it, but I'm super excited about it. So I'll take you guys down into the woods and just kind of walk through the pasture a little bit. We just had snow a couple days ago for the first time here. I have not experienced snow in forever, and I totally forgot you need an ice scraper being in North Carolina. My husband has always done that when we lived in Missouri, and I totally forgot. So anyway, we come down, here's our pond. It was just built about a year, two, maybe a little bit over a year ago. We're hoping to stock this pond. Ooh, it's really muddy. We're hoping to stock it, hopefully in the spring. I don't really know how you do that, or like what is best practice for stocking a pond in terms of the timeline of it all. But anyway, so this is the pond. Oh, lots of deer tracks. That's so awesome. I love that. We're so excited to be able to hunt here too. That's so awesome. Yeah, here is the pond. You can walk across the dam right now, which is kind of nice. We took a little ride in it on the gator the other day, which was fun. My kids were really cold. It was pretty cold on Thanksgiving, but we went across. But it's fun I'm seeing all these deer tracks, and it's so awesome. I'm super pumped about it. So this is the dam. on the pond. Everything is up there. So we're coming down now in elevation quite a bit. So that's up there where the house and the garden will be and all that. Walk all the way down past the pond. And that's the corner of the pasture. So that's the corner of the pasture. It goes a lot further, the actual lot line, because we own all the way back in the woods quite a bit. Only about a third of the land is pasture, so most of it is timber, which is pretty cool. We have a lot of options to do there. We can clear a little bit of it, I think, but we want to keep as much as we can for hunting. And we want to camp as much as we can back here. That'd be fun with the kids, and we have a creek running through it too, so we want to kind of keep that and not really mess too much with it. I think this is the pond, still coming over here. This is the edge, so that's someone's shop right there. That's right up to their shop, basically, is where our property line goes. So back up over the top is where we started. So it goes, I mean, all the way over there. Everything that's open is ours. So it's a lot. I honestly did not imagine the size of it very well, I guess. So we bought it unseen. We had my mom and her husband come look at it because they live right here, but we didn't see it in person. So this is our first time really seeing it. And it's honestly way more than I was anticipating, which is awesome. We have so much that we can do with it. And our plan is to start out with some laying chickens, some pasture raised chickens. I don't know when we will get to it, but we really want to get a dairy cow, which means you're going to have a couple dairy cows or so, and then some pigs back here. So this is the tree line back here by our woods, and I think we can keep some pigs back here, and that would be really great because they kind of thrive in these kind of shadier, woodier areas, which would be really nice. So right here, this is the easement. It's kind of cool because we have this trail here, I guess you could say, but there is a possibility if they ever needed to build power lines or something, it would have to go through. I don't think that's going to be a thing because there's power lines and stuff everywhere. It's just an agreement with the county, so we're not too worried about it. But it's kind of nice that it's just this path that's open. So our plan is to do a perimeter fence all the way around this pasture, and then have a gate right here in the opening of this, just for, animal purposes, but also our kids. So not that they couldn't get through if they wanted to, but just to have a gate. Oh, all the deer tracks. I'm just so excited about the deer tracks. So this is the most awesome thing I'm so excited about, is that we have so many blackberries. This all is blackberries for the most part. There's some stinging nettle. Oh, I think I heard a deer. We'll see. That would be cool if we saw one. Doubt it. But this is all blackberries. I wanted to plant blackberries, a bunch of bushes. That was my first perennial idea because I love them. They're my favorite. And this is all blackberries. I'm so pumped. So this is where you first come in at, like I said. And there is a little trail that way, and that actually goes out to the road, which is kind of nice. But there's blackberries everywhere. It's pretty sweet. All right, so I'm gonna walk into the woods a little bit. All right, I am at the back. I'm not all the way at the back, but I'm at the back-ish of the property, and I've hit the creek. So this creek, you will not be able to tell on camera at all, but it's about 15 or 20 feet down on the bluffs, down right here. You cannot tell at all. It looks so small on camera, but it's ginormous. And it's wild. And I heard that this creek comes all the way up here and floods sometimes, which is crazy. I can't even imagine what that would look like. It's a very, very big creek to do that. It's nuts. So, and then I can come here. There's another little trail here all the way back. I'll take you down there in a second. But over here is where you can kind of access the creek a little bit better from, I stepped on barbed wire. You can actually access it a little bit easier from just walking down. I walked down there the other day with the dogs. I'm not gonna do it right now. I have coffee in my hand and the camera in the other, but you can kind of walk down, and we own a little bit further past the creek. So I haven't actually gotten to the other side yet. I actually need to figure out how to do that. I'm sure there's an easier way than just back here. I know I could get to it from the other side of the road, but I haven't yet. So we do own a little bit back that way too. So this is a little trail, and I think this would be a really great spot for camping. Back here in this little corner, I think that would be really awesome. These are all walnut trees. Not all, but a lot of them are walnut trees. So we'll have walnuts that we could process. I don't really know how that will go. I've heard that processing walnuts is a very time-consuming process, but that would be pretty cool. There's just something about walking in the woods. My husband and I used to walk and hike and all that all through the woods all the time before we had kids, before we moved. There's a dead buck right there. I don't know if you can see it. Like a pretty big buck, actually. Looks like someone shot him and he ran away, and he got away and died here. Anyway, we used to always hike in the woods. We'd always walk the Katy Trail in Missouri, and when we moved to North Carolina, where we are at, there's just not as much stuff. There is on the Marine Corps base, but it's just a little different on base. And also, North Carolina, eastern North Carolina woods are just different. It's all pines, which is fine, but it's just different. It's kind of sandier. Again, you're at the beach, kind of. It's just different, and we haven't really got to do anything like that. And coming out here is just like feeding my soul. We really enjoy just coming out in the woods, and my dogs love it. They are having the time of their lives right now because they live in a backyard that's about a third of an acre. Not even the backyard, the whole lot that we live on, and they're loving it. So I'm coming out of that little trail area, but walking back up. So this is going back up here, and you can see all the way up at the top is the pasture. We are also hoping to plant quite a few apple trees, maybe some pear trees this spring, and kind of have an orchard going. I don't really know if there's anything else that we really want to plant. I'm trying to think in terms of like perennial fruit trees. We really do want to have a lot of apples in the future. So I think we're going to go with semi-dwarf so we don't have to climb 25 feet high or higher to get apples. So I think that's a variety, the type of variety, not the variety that we're going to go with. I haven't really looked too much into actual varieties yet, but hoping to do that as well soon. This is a trek up here, up the hill back to where the house is going to be, up to the pond. I'm breathing heavily. Here is the pond. This is the dam. First day we came out here, I brought my dogs and I drove out here because it's been so cold, and first thing, they jumped right into the pond, which they got back in the car and it still smells like wet dog, which is pretty nasty. Ooh, looks like it's top layer is frozen for sure. Well, at least most of the way. There's a little bit over there that's not, but it's not moving. I'm hoping to plant maybe like a weeping willow or something over here. I don't really know exactly where, but I do want one. And eventually, hopefully we can build a dock or something. But this is going back up to the front. So, like I said at the beginning, the garden will be back over here in the corner, hopefully. And then the house will be over that way in that area. Again, if the county allows, I'm hoping we can get a builder's permit to do that in that area. We'll see. If not, we're gonna have to orient our house a little differently because we planned it with the way the sun came up and the pond and the land all a certain way. So we'll probably have to change it, which would really stink. All right, I'm back at the top, finally. I am tired. I'm not tired, I'm out of breath because it's such a trek up here at the very top. This is the land. This is our Sweet Beulah, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you can have a little bit of an idea of what we're planning to do. If you have any tips on how to orient a homestead or regenerative farm, anything like that, any ideas or anything you've done that you've totally regretted, let me know. That way we can kind of look at those things. If you're thinking, don't do that, don't put the garden there, that's silly. We're taking permaculture principles into account here. So a garden close to the house, the animals that you don't really pay attention to as much, kind of back in the woods, and just that type of a thing. I hope you guys enjoyed this. We're very thankful for this land. We're every day talking about how excited we are and how grateful we are that the Lord provided this for us and provided the means for it, and we're just super excited and happy to get started. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.